welcome to the show. We are so excited to share with you what Nashville Nights, Live in the Living Room, and Wannabe Cowb0y have in store for you. So let's get into it.
Cowboys and cowgirls, welcome back to Live in the Living Room. I'm your host, Wannabe Cowb0y, in partnership with our newest colleagues, Nashville Nights. So just want to say a big welcome to Blue and this venture going forward for Live in the Living Room. But today I am joined by an up-and-coming UK artist. You may have seen him before on TikTok or Instagram, but ladies and gentlemen, it's Jake Davies. How are we?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Not bad, mate. You know, it's been a busy summer, as you can imagine, in country music for us over here at Live in the Living Room. We've been here, there, and everywhere, but you know, for the people that are unsure, you know, they might be watching this going, oh, who is Jake Davies? Tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, a bit of your background.
Yeah, so I started putting videos out to TikTok probably about 11 months ago now. And it originally just started kind of covers, and that was it. And then I kept seeing people then doing their own stuff. And I was like, okay, UK country is it's getting into a place where I reckon I can start doing some my own stuff. And I just started writing, and it's kind of snowballed from there. And then the last few weeks has just been a bit crazy, to be honest.
Well, that's what we love. We always like, don't we? We like a snowball effect because
Yeah.
it gives a sense of achievement of like, oh, I'm going somewhere, I'm making it. Because, you know, I mean, you know, for people that don't know, me and Jake are very good friends. We like to keep up to date with what we're doing in both our careers, but you know, yours seem to be going up and up and up. You know, your streams are growing more, your monthly listeners are going up on Spotify, all that aspect. But what we really want to dive into is the music. So I guess the easiest question you might answer, you might find it really difficult, but why did you feel country music was right for you, Jake?
I stumbled on it, to be honest with you. I've always been a fan of country music, but I was like, could I do it? Could I not? And I just started writing one day, and it came naturally. It was almost like the minute the pen hit the paper, it started coming, and I was like, okay, this is working. I've tried writing other stuff before. I've tried doing like pop and that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it. But this just seems to just come naturally.
Well, that's the thing. It's always a case of when something feels more natural, it's like you're not forced because, you know, as we've talked about, you know, it's like a snowball that's rolling. You think, oh, you get a word down on paper, and then next thing you know, you've written a paragraph, and the next thing you know, your notebook's full of writing. Like, I guess it's a case of, for you know, you say you've always liked country music. For your music in general, who would you say you base yours off? Would you go back more towards the '90s, you know, a bit of a slow pace, you know, authentic storytelling country, or would you say it's more of a modern twist, you know, a bit more upbeat?
I think it's a balance of both. It's the kind of slow pace from like the early like era of country, but then I feel like it's got kind of notes of like Zach Bryan, Jelly Roll. There's a lot of mental health and that sort of stuff. So I think it's like the fine balance of the two.
Well, that's always a benefit. Like, I think country music is such a broad term these days. You know, there's so many subgenres within the genre, and being able to not only portray different elements of that, but really engage with your audience and you know make them feel like they're part of the song. I can only imagine for yourself that is like literally what you're trying to hit the nail on the head with. Is
Oh yeah, yeah, without a doubt. Like anything I write, I want it to be relatable, that someone can, anyone, not even if they're not a country fan, they can listen to it and go, okay, I've been in that boat.
No, I mean, yeah, it's always good when you can make a connection with other people because that's where obviously you know fan base where you just obviously we talked about just starting out, fan bases develop, people connect over the same thing, but also they feel like they have a more personal connection to you, even though it may just be through their ears or seeing you on stage. It's a case of you know they feel they're your mate, you know, family member because they can relate to the same stuff that you do, and I think that's what we really love about the storytelling, and especially with your latest and newest single, Breaking Point. You know, I can really tell there's a lot of heartfelt work that has gone into that. You know, you can really hear it in the raw, authentic lyrics, obviously that you have written with a co-writer, I believe it was.
It was actually myself.
You said to me it was you had a little co-writer.
No, I didn't.
He's
It was
telling porkies, ladies and gentlemen. He's lying to his friends.
no, yeah, no. It was literally it was me. I was off work I basically just had a bit of a mental breakdown, and I was off work, and I was just writing, and it came, and I was like, okay, this is going somewhere.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like a case of it's like a story. You just, you're writing that story on paper, and then ideas just pop here, and there, and then all in all, in the end, they all work together. But there was a bit of let's say hype around you releasing your first single because
Yeah.
we'd always known you'd play country, you'd always play teasers on social media and play covers as well, but there was always talk about Jake Davies releasing his own single, and he was very much put off for a long time, from what I believe. And then when that moment finally came for yourself, how did it feel? Like not only like intrinsic in yourself, but from others around you.
It was insane. Literally, my phone, I had to charge it probably 3 or 4 times that day because the amount of messages from people that I've either never met in person, or just like general people on TikTok that have just seen it on their FYP, and it was nuts to me that so many people could hear that song and relate to it so heavily. Because when I wrote it, I was in a really dark place, and that was kind of what brought me out of that dark place, was writing Breaking Point.
Yeah, of course. No, well, it's quite funny that you say that. Obviously, we talked about writing songs, but as I mentioned at the start, ladies and gentlemen, here at Live in the Living Room, we have welcomed a new partner to the show, and that is Nashville Nights, run by the amazing Blue Foley. And Blue actually has a question which he would like to ask to you, Jake. So here it is.
So my first question is, how would you describe your style when you're talking about either performing or songwriting?
Um, I don't know, really. I think kind of it's just a storytelling style. I just want to be able to kind of perform in person or through like streams and through videos, and I want people to be able to be like, okay, I've been in them shoes, I've come out of them shoes, or I'm still in them shoes, but that's okay because other people feel that way, and I want to be relatable, and I want to be like down to earth with everyone, and I feel like that's how I want my stuff to go across, is that it's a level playing field. Everyone's the same, and if you're not okay, it's okay to be okay.
Hit the nail on the head there with that answer. I'm sure Blue himself, when he watches this, will be incredibly proud of that answer because you are the first person to answer our question from National Nights of the episode. But no, yeah, storytelling is what we love about country music, But what I really want to know is what's next for Jake Davies. So Breaking Point, I know, has only just been released, but is there works for more singles to be released? Obviously, I know we have an event. I know about an event which we will cover in a moment. Don't worry, don't jump the gun. But any plans for future song releases? Anything in the works that you can give us a little exclusive on?
Yeah, so I've written a story. It's called Norma. It's basically the summary of the song is, if heaven could have a phone call and I could ring my nan, what I talked to her about.
Yeah.
It's hard. I've only recorded it. I've not done a full record of it because every time I get halfway through, I just break down. Um, but I think when I do it, it's going to be great. I've just got to get past recording it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the aspect of what we love. People are going to be able to relate to such on an emotional level because I'm sure people listening to it will have loved ones they wish they could speak to just that one more time. So, the route you're going down, I believe, it's definitely right for you. You seem like the persona and the personality of a man who is a fantastic storyteller as well as a great artist. But, the future's bright for you, Jake, I have to be honest. And as we mentioned, there is an event coming up, which I know you're very, very, very excited for. So a man all the way from Somerset is getting on the road. Do you want to tell the people about this event?
Yeah, so I was sent a message a couple of weeks ago asking, can I quote? And I was like, well, can I have a bit more information? And so in Chesterfield on the 25th of October, I am supporting Stella Lane and Chanel Yates. But it's actually the first time I've ever performed live properly. So I am excited, but I am also equally very, very nervous.
I mean, you don't have to be anything to be worried about. I'm pretty sure if you speak to Chanel Yates, that she'll be like, I'm just as nervous as so and so. I'm sure the big artists, when they go out and play on these stages, Luke Combs playing to 60, 70, 80,000 people, you can guarantee that there's still a part of him going, he's done it for 10 years, but he's still nervous. I think it's just part of being human, if you ask me.
Yeah, I do think if I wasn't nervous, I wouldn't care, because all I want to do is put on a great performance. That's like the biggest thing for me, is I want to get off that stage and know that everyone's had fun, or engage with the song in a way that it's kind of hit home to them, sort of thing.
Well, if you're watching this before the event, I'm sure Jake would really, really love to see you there. I'm pretty sure tickets are running very short at the moment, aren't they, Jake? Well,
Yeah, I think I saw today there's about 14 tickets left, if that.
That's crazy. So yeah, there'll obviously will be a link somewhere in the comments depending when this episode goes out, because this might come out after the show. We don't know. So if it does, Jake, how do you feel, or we'll say, how do you want the show to go?
I just want it to go without a fault. I want to be able to do all the songs, not forget the lyrics, and I just want to have fun up there and just engage with the crowd. And there's going to be some great people there, so it's going to be fantastic.
I think that's the biggest aspect. Just connecting with the crowd is most important, because then they feel like they're part of the show. But also for you, it won't feel like it's me and them. It'll feel like it's us.
Yes, exactly.
No, I'm sure everyone is looking forward to seeing that show. Obviously, I'm sure you're looking forward to playing it and playing your actual own songs rather than just covers at these gigs. But then it kind of leads me into my final question. Jake, as I know you may have seen episodes of Live in the Living Room before, so you may know what is about to, be asked. And I'm sure the people back home know exactly as well. So we all know you can't spell country without try. So Jake Davies, where are you wanting to try and get to in country music?
I just want people to know who I am, and I want it to be my job. I don't want to be doing my full-time job and doing music. I want music to be the thing that keeps a roof over my head.
Well, straight into the point, if there's any artists watching this or any people watching this that feel, hey, let's give Jake Davies a chance at playing this venue, playing, my stage, my pub, my anything, I'm sure, reach out to him on his socials. Jake, I'm sure you wouldn't mind that at all, would you?
Yeah, no. I've had a few messages for stuff next year, and I'm like, come on, let's get that diary booked.
But for the people, we mentioned that, but where can people find you?
So TikTok, my username's Jake Davis Country. Instagram is also the same. And then if you need to email me, it's jakedaviscountry@gmail.com.
Simple, nice and easy. But it's been a privilege to have you on. I'm finally glad that we got to do this chat, Jake. Here on Live in the Living Room, we're all about promoting up and coming UK artists, as well as, pushing the big ones out. But homegrown talent, that's where we really want to thrive and help UK country build its scene. So for the last minute, I'll give you this chance. Any shout outs you wish to give to people? The stage is yours.
Well, obviously yourself, because you give me the opportunity for this video. My family, because without their support, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. They're the ones that have to put up with me vanishing for several hours to record music. And then just the WhatsApp community I'm in, because they pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and gave me that like kick over the edge sort of thing to be like, get it on Spotify. So yeah, that's it really.
Well, here's to a very bright future for you, Jake. Here's to more Spotify releases, and I'm sure, hopefully, we will see you on Live in the Living Room again at some point. Live in person, I think. That should be the next step. Let's make that the goal. Let's get this interview at a future event done in person.
Yes, without a doubt.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege for you joining us this evening. I've been your host, Wannabe Cowb0y. Big shout out to our newest partner, Blue Foley, who runs the amazing organisation Nashville Nights. But this wouldn't have been possible without the attendance of a very, very bright upcoming UK artist, Jake Davies. But we will see you on the next episode. Goodbye for now.
Hey, thanks again. And make sure you join us next time, because we have plenty more amazing stories, music, and all kinds of content coming your way. So stick with us.